All right. No, I actually have this book for a reason.
Yeah, I was wondering.
No, this was entirely coincidental. It's just excellent that it was here, because I have a few things on my computer that I'm going to say to you.
Okay.
And you're going to get just so horny.
So... Okay. I was going to say that that's basically the idea of what we're doing is I say something from my computer and you talk, you say something from my computer, your computer, and I talk, but you had me at the first half.
I'm holding a book called Cowboy Crazy. But when he stopped, the world rushed in and reality hit. He stopped with his shirt half off. And when she reached up to finish the job, he trapped her hands in his.
She thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on. Have you gotten to see Blobby after we went together after the recording?
Boy, you know it.
Honestly, I've stopped in every once in a while just because he's big. It's big.
It's way bigger than I thought it would be.
Well, I don't know what Volkswagen they were talking about.
It's probably the bus.
It must be because it's just bigger than a bus though.
It's very big. We should talk about Mayor Trask and what we went and asked him first.
Yeah. Okay. So we took it on ourselves as fresh-faced newcomers to community.
Yeah.
To just see if we could get any more info on Blobby from Trask.
And I am more convinced now than ever that Mayor Trask is a dog.
Yeah, I mean, he does look pretty human, but the way he responds to things is pretty fucking canid.
I almost threw a treat at him. But
don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. We went in, and it turns out, again, it's not a lot going on there, which, again, in my eyes, the mayor's office is a public office. It should be open to the public, but you also don't need to schedule it. We just kind of walked in.
Yeah. We tried to. We called the office, there was no response, and then we just kind of walked in.
And he was just kind of sitting there playing solitaire.
Yeah.
So, and we asked him about any info he had on what Blobby was.
And first he told us about Gin Rummy.
Yeah, and how great Gin Rummy was.
But he eventually got around to it.
Yeah, honestly though, 30 minutes later about Gin Rummy, I still don't know how to play.
Me neither. Dude, the guy was nearly incomprehensible.
That or Gin Rummy's really hard, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But we asked if he had ever gotten someone who knows about marine life to look at it. He just kind of stared back at
for a long time. I started to move around a little bit, see if his eyes are tracking me. They were.
Okay.
But again, Mayor Trask? Dog?
Maybe. Boy, I hope we don't get in trouble.
Dude, I don't think anyone in this town listens to our podcast.
Yeah, probably not. But after he kind of it looked like he turned off and then restarted his own, his self.
Yeah.
He said he'd call someone. And we've seen the fruit of our municipal action.
Hold on, I have her name here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Dr. Kinzel. She is in town to examine the quote-unquote blob.
And honestly, I'm not in town a lot, but I was at the coffee shop.
Yeah. Kind
of driving over, and I did see her on the beach, kind of just putting little flags out around, a perimeter around it, while she was talking on the phone.
Huh.
And from what I've gathered by, again, talking to the same people at the coffee shop that I talked to, no one loves that she's here.
Yeah. It's a little weird how hostile they are.
It was
honestly
pretty immediate.
Did you see Taylor? He was very, very angry at her coffee.
Nope.
It was not. It was a little uncomfortable. He's usually very talkative, but he just plunked it down, didn't say anything to her, and just slid it over.
And that is the most bubbly man in town, which is the craziest thing.
Uncomfortably bubbly, some might say.
I would say that you know what? I would say that. Sometimes when I'm going in and it's 6 in the morning, I don't really need to give my life story.
There's like some people that can get off on like 4 hours of sleep, which is the wrong phrasing, but whatever.
It is, but it really was, but I know what you mean.
But like, he really needs to calm down.
And maybe like, I guess drink less coffee.
Yeah.
Which is probably hard for someone who works at the coffee shop.
I might be just as bubbly if I were. I don't think I would. I would not be as bubbly.
I think my heart would stop before I got to that level of bubbly.
That's fair. I guess note to self, don't work at a coffee shop.
I couldn't handle that.
In other news, you're familiar with beach fires.
And those are not. If you live in a coastal town, a lot of people will just kind of go out and burn shit on the beach.
Yeah.
It's like a bonfire.
Usually is frowned upon on municipal beaches. At least in this town, no one seems to give a shit. However, when Blobby is around,
it's true.
There is a natural romantic glow. And some of the kids in town have taken to a little forays on beach towels.
But like, they're roughing it. They go out and they just do some nice Blobby lit strolls along the beach. And I will say, I started out with Blobby being this weird curiosity to me.
Yeah, and I did too.
He's slowly become just this perfect idea of this sea mystery. I love this gelatinous blob.
I really enjoy the mystery too. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy him entirely. I am eager to figure out what the fuck it is though.
Same.
I'm looking forward to Kinzel's. In theory, she'll be coming out with a report in a few weeks.
I love that big blobby boy.
It's a good blobby boy. And that's the news from the clam.
So once again, Blobby's your friend.
Blobby is our friend.
Blobby is the friend.
Blobby, the friend?
The friend. We hope you tune back in and hear more updates of small town life, as well as more updates
on tertiary sports.
Until next week, I'm Reed.
And I'm Sam.
And keep on blobbing.
Thanks for listening to the Clambake Incident. Please like, share, and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast provider. This show was co-created by Reed Bridge-Koenigsberg and myself, Sam Workman. If you liked us, you can find us on social media. Give us a follow and leave us a lovely comment, a sweet tweet. If you didn't like us, we've never heard of TikTok. We don't know what you're talking about with this Instagram. Thanks for tuning in. We love you and see you next time. And your suitcase, all you don't need, nothing but you.
Sam, I was born ready. Do not make me drink pilk.
I would never.
I had an hour-long drive here, and a lot of my thought was about like 50-50 Sam is mixing Coke and heavy cream when I get there. Giving me those sex eyes.
Little bit of a never
gonna love again.
Guilty feet of God, no rhythm.
Yum, 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 yum.
All right, no, I actually have this book for a reason.
Yeah, I was wondering.
No, this was entirely coincidental. It's just excellent that it was here, because I have a few things on my computer that I'm going to say to you.
Okay.
And you're going to get just so horny.
So... Okay. I was going to say that that's basically the idea of what we're doing is I say something from my computer and you talk, you say something from my computer, your computer, and I talk, but you had me at the first half.
I'm holding a book called Cowboy Crazy.
Uh-huh.
But when he stopped, the world rushed in and reality hit. He stopped with his shirt half off. And when she reached up to finish the job, he trapped her hands in his.
She thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on. Sam, what is this? What is the theme of this? Is it a romance book?
This is, it's Cowboy Crazy, a romance book. The script on the front, the review on the front from the New York Times just says, hot, 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 characters so real, you swear they live down the road. Man,
those are some horny neighbors.
Yeah, they are. All right, I got another line for you. Ready?
Okay, yeah, no, but just do it.
This one's a little bit. It takes you a little bit out. There's less shirts, less hands,
more feet. A lot of hooves.
Gloria was practically drooling on the counter at the prospect of man-hunting at the Petro Club.
No, okay, hold on. She fucking oils down her sniper rifle, threading in and out the coiled fiber that cleans the rutting on the gun, and she thinks, man, I'm gonna bag me a trophy today.
There is a distinct as she turns to Gloria and says, "Yeehaw!"
Man-hunting. Who is this written by?
This is written by... I don't have names for the other ones, so I was going to leave it off. I only have the one book. I just have lines from other people. This one's by Joanne Kennedy.
Okay.
You know, the real gold of the Kennedy family.
I was honestly shocked it's written by a woman.
That's fair.
That sounds like a romance script written by John Kennedy.
Hold on, I want to read the rest of this line.
Women are to clarify, women are better at writing romance.
It's true. It's very true.
It's just it's not really up to debate. It's a fact.
This is also a good line.
Okay.
It follows directly after the manhunting line. "I'd be happy to come," she said primly. "Thank you so very much." She tilted her chin down, angling it towards the swell of her breasts.
Right above her necklace made of human teeth.
And fluttered her lashes up at Eric, sizing him up for the kill.
I got a 2-foot area on my mantelpiece. I think you would fit perfectly, darling.
No, all right, I got some more for you. You ready for these?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, when you said you had a cold open, I didn't think you'd be so horny. It's Sunday.
It is the day of our Lord, and I am going to blaspheme all over the place. Are you ready?
Yeah, same as I'll ever be.
These are shorter. She spoke her mind, and her breasts agreed.
This is a great idea. We agree. The Council of the Memory has spoken.
Gives a whole new meaning to calm your tits.
And or say it from your chest.
Also good. All right, this one is also breast-themed. His pectoral muscles leapt across the bed at her.
They shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. Those should stay where they are. How do they do that? Why do they do that,
It's
Sam?
a horrifying mental image. Just some dude like this little man titties just
Fucking hands pop out and grab you.
All right, I got another one.
Okay.
This one involves a children's game.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't do that, Sam.
It's just one game of hopscotch. One game of hopscotch to decide who gets her heart.
Fucking book is that from? What is the context?
I don't have a book for that. I don't have a book for any of the ones on my computer.
I'm just confused.
It's the worst line.
Ugh. So, Sam, I like... Sam, I like that your cold opens are just like, I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna look myself in the mirror, and I'm gonna make Reed as uncomfortable as humanly possible every week. I'm gonna make him regret driving into the studio.
It's all for our viewers.
Yeah. That's what I'm here for.
It's all for you, baby.
Yum, 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 yum. Wait, was that the gross one?
No.
Oh, good.
And the length of his armpit hair spoke to his potency. God, I wish this was a video podcast so we could just show your face.
Yeah, all those just leave just really bad taste in my mouth. I think we could get a whole podcast out of reading really smutty mom fiction.
Yeah, I would be both down and traumatized by that.
I don't think I could ever have sex again. I think I'd be done. I think, that's my vow of chastity right there.
That's the real vow of chastity, is you reading romance novels.
I used to do that at a place I worked where we would hang out after.
You'd read romance novels?
Yeah, we would read we would go to like Goodwill and get like the really trashy romance novels. And
they are pretty good.
They're very specific.
I worked at a thrift shop. Sorry, you go ahead.
Oh no, we would just read those together sometimes. Like it would be like a bonding activity where we'd like, okay, who wants to read The Werewolf's Knuckles, or like a centaur with a lot of fantasy themed ones, but a centaur with an attitude.
I used to work at a thrift shop, and I used to have this friend when we were both working there. We would get in a ton of books and shit, and we'd just have to read through, not read through,
You'd
but
check
like
through.
briefly skim. And there was some pretty raunchy old lady books.
There's a lot of those on the market.
There's a ton of those.
You told me about your grandma's collection.
Really, you know what was extra uncomfortable?
What was extra uncomfortable?
When I found like a shirtless man in a kilt with like a giant sword.
Why do I
the-
know the cover of that?
On the cover of this one, and I opened up and we were like joking around, reading through different lines, and then we like flipped over and there was this picture of a dude completely naked,
Okay.
like Polaroid.
Oh, so just a dude.
Just a dude, just like a regular dude that some grandma had put in there.
That's when you wash your hands and go to sleep. Do not wake up. That's not your job.